Hello, Facebook Live. Hello, Instagram. Marcus here. What's happening, everybody? So, I want to talk about our trip to Italy, our upcoming trip to Italy. It's almost sold out. It is selling pretty nicely, pretty quickly. It's almost sold out. I just wanted to talk about a couple of things. Because people keep, one of the questions that people say to us when they go on the website and they look, they go, "What's that picture of that hotel with the cave? And are we staying at that hotel?" And the answer is yes. That is a hotel in Matera, Italy. Matera, Italy is an amazing city. It's a 9,000-year-old city. It's called Italy's stone or rock city. Italy's rock city. It is bordered by a national park. When Jamie and I were there last year, we actually stayed in that room, in that cave. Not all the rooms are caves. About half the rooms are caves. It's a beautiful, beautiful property, super high-end property that we just fell in love with. And we're like, we have to bring our guests to this property in Matera, Italy. Matera is close to a lot of the vineyards that we're going to. We're spending 2 or 3 nights in Matera. Do you know, Jamie, offhand? Two nights in Matera. There's only one road in Matera that cars can drive on, and you're only allowed in like once or twice a day. So the bus has to once a day. So the bus has to get us in and drop us off. The buses can come back and forth, but Jamie and I had a car there. We were renting a car. We were there in November, and we were only allowed in and out once, and it's one road. The city is about a mile long. I know that because I ran it a couple of mornings that we were there. Our initial intention when we went to Matera last year was when Jamie and I just go stay a night, let's check it out. And we fell in love with this city that we're like, we stayed there 2 nights, right, Jamie? We spent 2 nights. We would have stayed 3 nights, but we were just on it. We had to get up into Volturre and up into Naples and Campania. So the hotel room that's on our website, VIPWineryVacations.com, or if you go to aromatimebistro.com, you will see if you scroll down, you'll see our Italy trip. If you click that link, there is this beautiful, beautiful picture of the hotel. Do you remember the name of the hotel, Jamie? We'll look it up. We'll look up the name. It's on, and so this hotel actually borders the state park. They border the state park. When I was on my morning run, I actually saw 5 wild boar. They weren't near me. They were just across on the ridge, so I didn't run into them. But I saw 5 wild boar out on my morning run. So some of our itinerary for Italy, all of our itinerary is pretty much finalized. It's on the website, VIPWineryVacations.com. And we are going this November. We leave November 6th. We come back on the 15th. Now, one of the most commonly asked questions about our trip is, does it include airfare, or what's included in the price? So the price is $4,500 a person. And that includes everything once you're on the ground. We pick you up at the airport. We drop you off at the airport. We include all the meals. We include all the wine. We include all the winery tours. We include all these excursions. We go to a pasta manufacturer. We're trying to go to Lucano, which is a spirit producer. There's a lot of really cool things that we're doing in these trips, these cities we go to. Everything's included. We don't include spending money for if you want to buy scarves and stuff like that. But everything is included. You're not taking money out of pocket to buy a meal, things like that. We're including everything. We do not include flights. And here's why. We go in small groups of 24 people. And because we're 24 people, you need 10 people to actually do the group airfare. And the group airfare is not that great of a deal. I was getting more quotes yesterday. I'm on constantly with a couple different companies that Jamie and I use religiously for our international travel. And there was a savings of like $120 for group airfare with the one. But here's the thing. You need 10 people in that same class on that same flight without using points, without upgrades, getting more leg room to actually take advantage of that. And sometimes it's a lot, because here's the deal. Like, we're leaving on Friday. If you want to fly in Thursday night into Rome, we were talking with a couple yesterday. This is probably what they're doing. One couple staying later, we know, to go into Pompeii. But if you wanted to fly into Rome the night before or 2 nights before, you can literally get a Norwegian flight or another carrier to actually get like $400 flights to Italy, to Rome. From New York to Rome, you can literally get a $400 flight that time of the year, spend 2 nights in Rome, 1 night in Rome, and then the next day get a €59 flight on Ryanair from Rome to Bari, and get your Rome experience done, and then come down and meet us. If we were to include air flights, in our travel plan, it'd probably be a few $100s more than that. So you're coming out the same and being able to leave a day early. So
Angelo Luxury Hotel.
oh, St. Angelo Hotel is where we're staying at, and if you look that up on the website, St. Angelo, they have two properties right there in Matera. One is on the border on the road. The other one is up a couple of steps. Two amazing. I mean, these properties are to die for and gorgeous. We wake up and we look at the sun rising over Matera, over the church there, over the city square. The sky lights up orange and these amazing colors. There might be some photos on our website of that. So back to the air flights. So we do not include air flights because you can get amazing deals if you have a flexible travel schedule and you're not going to our exact date. So Jamie and I always typically go early and we always stay late because we want to do other things in Italy. And a lot of other people, we do couples that are going, and singles, because singles go on this too. There's a single rate. It's $4,500 per person as double occupancy. It's a little more if you are a couple. I'm sorry, if you're a single. So that price does go up. Used to go up $750, but we dropped it down to just $500 more. So $5,000 per person if you are a single and want your own room. We include everything on the ground. It's coach, bus service, all throughout the parts of Italy that we go to. We usually get a beautiful Mercedes bus is what they usually travel us around in. That's what we've had the last several years. Luigi, our tour guide, is a personal friend of ours, so he takes amazing care of us. You don't need to know Italian at all. A lot of the people there speak, especially at the wineries, and of course we have a translator, Luigi, but a lot of the people in the actual wineries, the workers, the owners, actually all speak great English. And we're going down to the south of Italy this time, to the boot, to the heel in Apulia. Now Apulia will be at a lot of points on each coast, on the east coast and west coast. And if you're in the dead center in Lecce, where we're staying in Lecce, you're 15 minutes from each coast, from the west coast and from the east coast. It is so beautiful down there. The skies are so blue, the climate. A lot of people ask, what's the weather like in Italy in November where we're going? Well, right now, it gets to 55 degrees every day. It's consistently 55 degrees as their high every day, 45 as their low. This time of the year, in November, when Jamie and I were there, we were in shorts, short-sleeve shirts, that is. We were in short-sleeve shirts. At the night, it got a little chilly. But even at nighttime, there was one or two nights that I was in short-sleeve shirts in Italy in November, in southern Italy. When you're down in Lecce and things like that, it's just amazing. There were a couple days of rain where it got a little chillier, but nothing, it was very light jacket weather, long-sleeve shirt, short-sleeve shirt. So the weather is not like what we're experiencing here. We literally were at this kind of weather in Italy, and then we came back to New York, and it was 20 degrees in New York. So that was a big different temperature difference from our trip. But right now, if you go on and start monitoring the weather, it's literally 55 degrees is the high today in Lecce, and in Bari as well. Like 53 is the high today, while our high here is the low 30s. So that's what the weather's like that time of the year in November. You can wear short sleeves. Yes, we are sleeping in caves. There is single occupancy available, double occupancy. We're at a point where we're getting to that point where there's some people that are now calling us, and I knew this would happen, and saying, are there room for my friends to come? All right, that's when the trip sells out instantly like that. We're at least halfway sold out with the trip right now, but now what happens is people start finding out that you're going, and they want to go with you. So now people start calling and say, my friends want to come with me, my friends want to come with me. And last year we were sold out. We were actually almost oversold last year. We could have actually taken another, 15, 16, 20 people with us last year, because that got to that point where everybody just wanted to go and we didn't have room. We only take 24 people at a time. That is it. That is totally it. So these are small, more intimate, limited tours. It's not like some big Perillo tour where you're on a bus with 55 other people and they're shoveling you through. Jamie and I personally approve the hotels. We know the vineyards. We know the owners. They're very excited for us to come visit again and bring all of our guests. Some of them will be in New York City this next month at the Tre Bicchieri, so we might be able to get a couple of owners up to upstate New York, to the restaurant here. We're working on that, but when they come to New York, they have such a busy schedule. When they come for the Tre Bicchieri, which is the Italian wine Oscars, essentially, when they come to the Tre Bicchieri, they're in New York, Chicago, and San Francisco, like all of almost in the same week, because it just is a couple days after each other. So it's like a little Italian wine award tour that they're at. So it's hard to get them up here sometimes. So If you're just tuning in, drop a comment, hashtag live, or it's on the replay, hashtag replay. If you want to go to Italy, then definitely drop a comment. If you want want to go to Italy with Jamie and I, we're going this November. We're about halfway sold out right now, with a lot more inquiries on that. So, some of the common questions, I'll just answer some of the common questions. If you go to the website, VIPWineryVacations.com, you will see that there's a picture of this cave, like this cave in this bed. Jamie and I actually, that was the actual hotel we stayed in. That was the actual hotel room we stayed in. So we're staying in this beautiful, beautiful St. Angelo hotel, which is on the edge of Matera, Italy's oldest city, the world's oldest city. It's 9,000 years old, this city. The unique thing about Matera is up until the 50s, there were still cave dwellers, primitive cave dwellers, like people living in caves in Matera year-round. So that kind of gives you another clue of the temperature there in southern Italy. So Italy's rock city, 9,000 years old, the oldest city. St. Angelo Hotel bought a bunch of these caves on the side of the mountain in the city and renovated these caves. Not every room is a cave. So the advantage of getting a cave and not getting a cave. Well, somebody else asked me that. If you're getting a cave, the room is the footprint of the cave. All right, there's sometimes smaller rooms, beautiful rooms, walk-in showers, amazing. You open the door and right there is just a beautiful, beautiful landscape. When you get a room that is built out, the rooms are bigger. They're bigger and it's a bigger room. So it's it's what you prefer. Do you want a cave, small, intimate, cozy, different footprint on every single cave, or these bigger rooms that have much larger, I don't want to say much larger, but they are larger rooms. In both cases, it's a win-win situation. The rooms are to die for. The hotel is amazing. Their restaurant there is great. When we check into Matera, we literally walk 50 yards right down the road to a pizza place that Jamie and I fell in love with. This pizzeria that makes amazing wood-fired pizza. We're going to have a reception there, and we're going to do a bottle share probably at that hotel because they have a beautiful terrace there. They have 2 terraces, 2 levels, built into the stone, built into the rocks. That we'll probably do a wine share there, a bottle share there. What happens a lot of times what happens every time that we're on these trips is people accumulate more bottles than they're allowed to bring back. We do connect you with the wine shops or the distributors or how to get most of the bottles when you're here in the U.S. So if you fall in love with these wines, we say, here, go to this store, New Paltz, go to this store here, or here's the distributor, here's who you have to talk to get this wine, and we point you in the direction. But what happens is you just keep collecting wine because you love wine on these trips, and you buy a bottle here, buy a bottle there. So what happens is everybody has all these extra bottles, and what happens is people just end up popping bottles open, and it's all of a sudden, oh, remember we were at this vineyard 2 days ago, we were there yesterday, or the vineyard we were at today, let's drink this tonight. So what happens is we do a lot of bottle shares along the way, which is really cool. So the hotel in Matera is an ideal spot for that. We're going to another city called Arborabello. Arborabello is maybe an hour outside of Bari, and it's a city that has these amazing, amazing white round houses that have these have removable roofs. The removable roofs were there because they wanted to pay less in taxes. So when the tax collector came, they used to take the roofs off, and it was really, really cool because they paid like it's not a real house. This city is amazing, Arborabello. We're gonna go there. I actually bought this scarf there in Arborabello, so that's one of my gifts from Arborabello, one of my memories. We're not staying in Arborabello, but we will be there in the afternoon. We'll be spending some time there. It's a great look it up. All this stuff, folks, is on our VIPWineryVacations.com. The cities we're going to: Molfetta, Lecce, Matera. All these cities are in there. The one city, Volturre and Basilicata, is in there. So really, really, again, this stuff is a lot of stuff Jamie and I have already done. We've been there personally. We've seen it. So there's no surprises. It's not like, we called somebody blind and said, we're going to this part of Italy. What Jamie and I typically do is we like to go to the areas that we take you. We like to be familiar with them first, so we know what to expect and what's going on in those areas. So we might fly in the week early this next year and actually go to Sicily and Sardinia and check out Sicily and Sardinia, because that's a trip that a lot of people are asking. People say, Marcus, if you're going to, when you go to Sicily, we're totally in on this. We're totally in on Sicily. So we're very excited to start networking with our Sicilian wine producers so we can make an amazing tour in Sicily. This trip does not include the Amalfi Coast or Pompeii. But a few people have expressed interest in staying afterwards and going there. And we help people get other places after the trip or before the trip. So if you want to stay 4 more days, we will work with our travel partner in Italy and be able to get you to places you need to go. Some people need a limo or bus shuttle service. Some people need more flights or more hotels. We're happy to arrange all of that for you. We can even bill you for that. So we're very flexible with that. That happens a lot on our trips. People love to stay and want to stay. So that's the story with that, folks. This is a once-in-a-lifetime trip. This is more than a vacation. It is an amazing, amazing trip that Jamie and I take with everybody. Lots and lots of memories, lots and lots of really cool things that we experience. And again, you're going to wineries that are family-owned, smaller wineries. Some wineries are bigger. Most are family-owned. And you walk in, and Jamie and I know the people that are there, so that's great because it's good to be a known guest than just going through the pipeline of making a reservation and going. When we make reservations with a lot of these places, I'm actually texting on WhatsApp. I'm actually WhatsApping the owner on making reservations. That's usually how we make reservations. We don't typically go through the standard protocol that most tour operators do. Most tour operators will actually get their ground operator to call the hospitality department, and we made that mistake on one of our trips where they call the hospitality department books us, then they don't know who Jamie and I are going there sometimes in some of these wineries. So we like to work with the export manager directly, with the owners directly, and work with them directly. Then they tell their hospitality department, Marcus and Jamie are coming, longtime clients of ours. They've had the wine for years in the restaurant. They're coming to visit with 25 people, 24 people, and that's typically how we do our setups now, and which is working extremely successful. That's one of the differences that other tour operators, other tours that you go on, are not doing. They're relying upon these ground operators to make all the connections for them, and the person, the host that you're going with, doesn't really know a lot of what's going on. So Jamie, this is going to be our 4th or 5th trip. We've learned a lot our first couple trips, and we've learned a lot from traveling ourselves throughout these areas. So that's the main another main benefit of traveling with us. Again, folks, it's $4,500 per person. Check out VIPWineryVacations.com. Check it out, and this trip will sell out very, very soon. I was predicting by the end of January this will be sold out, and it might be on track for that. I'm not 100% sure. Sometimes we do have people that or spots do open up. So we might have spots after that. I'm not 100% sure. And if we have enough interest, because last year we had so much interest in Tuscany, Umbria, and Lazio that we should have done a second trip the week before. We should have done that because we had to turn away a lot of people. If it gets to that point, we will actually probably do something very similar, go the week before or the week after. I just have to figure out when Thanksgiving is. But that's probably what we would end up doing, is making a whole second trip, and we just need 10 people to make this trip fly. So to make it where we can actually cover our costs and make a little bit of money. So as little as 10 people can make these trips work. So if you see us keep advertising the trip after it's officially sold out, that's why, because we might be doing a second trip at the same time. All right, folks, thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. Stay warm today. It's obviously cold out. And if you have any questions about Italy, please drop a comment. Message us, info@romatimebistro.com or info@VIPWineryVacations.com. That email goes to the same exact email inbox, so we'll get it at the same time. All right, folks, thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it, and we'll talk to you later.